Hey, I'm talking to you. You, the person that doesn't want to let go of something that they're hanging on to from the past, and something that is certainly stopping you from moving forward. We're all going to the future. I've said that many times. And the future, what's in it and what's available for you, is never going to be available if you don't first let go of what it is that's holding you back from the past. If the past is hurting you or stopping you from moving forward, or possibly having a negative impact on your future, I think it's valuable and valid to take a look at those things. I think sometimes, if you can imagine hanging onto a hot potato and that potato's burning and it's in your hands, if you were holding a hot potato and it was hurting you, and you knew that it was going to have a negative impact, like burning your hand, for example, you would have no problem dropping that hot potato. But we have big problems dropping the past. A lot of the reasons for this, there are many reasons for this. One of the reasons is certainty. Certainty, it's one of the 6 human needs, and it's one of the reasons that we get stuck in the past is our need for it, our need for certainty. When you consider letting go of the past, it also means stepping into the unknown, which is scary for some people. Although you can probably look back in your life and realize that some of the things that you were afraid to step into maybe turned out to be some of the greatest opportunities, or opened up the biggest doors for you. My father always says that when a door closes, a bigger door opens. You also have to have the courage to let go of what's familiar. And as human beings, we become very habitual. We're afraid to let go of those things that are familiar to us, because there's some comfort in that. And I don't even want to talk about comfort, because, as I always say, life begins at the end of your comfort zone. It also requires being vulnerable, something that a lot of people have a hard time doing, especially strong people. We tend to rely on ourselves. I know that's true for me. I rely on myself, and it's difficult sometimes to be vulnerable. One of the best compliments I ever got from somebody is that in a program that I took, that I had a huge breakthrough in being vulnerable and putting myself out there. And I do that every day. And it's not easy, but I also know what's available for me on the other side. But being vulnerable enough to embrace and learn from what's ahead. Because what's ahead, the unknown, yeah, it's scary because you don't know what it is, but you just don't know what's there. You know, I always say that if you want to stand up, you got to give up sitting down. There's always something to give up in life. What is it that you're willing to give up? When the pain of staying where you are is stronger than the fear or the concerns or considerations that you have of moving to where it is that you want to go, then, you know, things maybe will start to make a difference. I had to make a huge decision this week. It was time for me to let go of something, and it was something that was gnawing at me for a long time. And it was a very big part of my life. After the considerations and all of the reasons and the lists and all the kind of stuff that we do when we're trying to make a decision or trying to decide if we actually can let go of something, I started doing some digging, and I dug into why. I asked myself, why do you not want to let go of this? And I realized that my sense of obligation was something that was certainly there. The fact that I felt responsible for other people's feelings, and you can only be responsible for yourself. And as far as everything else, it's who you're going to be in the face of the circumstances, accepting the responses that you're going to get from people and dealing with those things. But it was also my ego not to admit defeat. And I thought about that, and I sat in it for a while. And I said, okay, well, I don't want to give up, because I don't want to quit. I don't know myself as a quitter. And letting go of something so big sometimes can occur like you're quitting or you're giving up and you're losing, and it's defeat. But what I realized is that I'm actually not losing. When you're giving something up that isn't serving you, when you're giving something up that is stopping you from going and getting that future that you deserve, that you desire, that's what it means to really design your future. being someone who's now very interested in designing my future, I took that on, and I gave something up, and it wasn't really easy to do, but at the end of the day, it really wasn't that difficult. And what's really funny is I thought I was giving something up, and literally within 3 hours, a whole other opportunity came up that is still going to give me the same opportunities to travel, that is still going to have me fulfilling and feeling the emotions that I want to feel. Because life is not about what you have, but the experience of life. And that was a great reminder from the universe. So consider the impact of what it is that you're not willing to let go, and grab that potato, buddy, and just drop it.